Hey, what's up, everybody? Another episode of In My Opinion featuring Mike Jones. Of course, I'm your host, Mike Jones. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for the feedback on my videos from before. I love the interactions. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for taking a couple seconds just to hear my quick thoughts on some of the things that I see going on around sports. Now, today we're going to talk about 3 different subjects. So I'm going to hit you guys with some quick hits real quick. And I want you guys to make sure that you comment back and tell me what you think about what I have to say. First things first, let's talk about Kyrie Irving. Now, Kyrie Irving is currently a member of the Brooklyn Nets, right? Well, maybe not for long. As of next week, he has a chance to opt out of his deal, his current deal with the Brooklyn Nets that has carried over from his deal with the Boston Celtics. And he has an opportunity to go ahead and sign wherever he wants. He will be an unrestricted free agent, even though Brooklyn will hold the bird rights to him with an opportunity to match whatever somebody else tries to give him money-wise. Now, here's the deal. Kyrie Irving is probably one of the most box office players in the NBA. And what you mean by box office, I know you hear that a lot of times on television and everything like that. When I say box office, I mean he is somebody that you can go to the arena and say, I'm going specifically to see Kyrie Irving play basketball. In my greatest of days, Derrick Rose was the same way for me. He was somebody I would pay to see go play basketball. He was worth paying the cable bill to make sure you caught every single Bulls game. Kyrie Irving is exactly the same way. He is somebody that you can watch, and he is somebody that you can enjoy. He is a superstar talent. However, unfortunately, life happens, and the modern athlete is way more, I feel like, at least in some cases, are more woke than other athletes and back in the day. And so therefore, they find themselves interacting with a lot more that's going on in the world. And therefore, sometimes sports, which is their occupation, which is what we're used to seeing them do, sometimes gets put on the back burner. And that's the issue here with Kyrie Irving. I believe that he finds himself putting sports on the back burner for other things. And because he is stubborn, he will not give the media exactly what they want, which is, just shut up and play basketball, or shut up and entertain us, and shut up and do this. But there's coming of age where the athlete is more than just your entertainment. I get it as a fan, because I'm a fan. We pay great money to watch these athletes perform and do the things that they're supposed to do. And we look for them to entertain us. And yes, that is their job. And yes, it is a privilege. However, if there is a calling on your life that is more than just basketball, and he feels that way, then unfortunately, basketball will take a back seat from here and there. Now, with that being said, can you ask for max dollars, which is currently where he's at? He wants to have max dollars. He wants to have guaranteed money, and he's basically not talking to the Brooklyn Nets whatsoever right now. They're quoted as of yesterday at an impasse, and pretty much he's not responding to anybody in the organization, not talking to anybody, and he wants his money. His talent demands that money. He is very much worth that money. But if life is going to keep happening, and things are going to keep happening in your occupation, things are going to keep happening around your occupation that cause you to miss doing what you're paid to do, I couldn't justify being an NBA owner giving him that money either. But hey, that's just my opinion. What do I know? Next up, we have Vince McMahon. Now, I am an avid WWE fan. I love wrestling. I've loved wrestling since 1999. That's been a long, long time. However, recently news has dropped within the last couple of weeks that Vince McMahon, the chief CEO, the chairman of the board, as well as the chief executive officer, he recently had some news come out that basically he was cheating on his wife. And he had he had these women sign a non-disclosure act. It was basically a woman that was hired for the paralegal department. And basically, she got bumped up every year, got a raise every year, got a higher job title every year. And then after year 3, she was basically made to sign not made to sign. I guess she chose to sign. I don't really know. We don't really know all the facts just yet. A non-disclosure agreement with the company, and Vince agreed to pay her $3 million pretty much over the course of $1 million up front, and then the other 2 over the course of 2 years. Out of his own money, at least that's what he says, and that's what we're going with right now. More to come about that part of it. I want to talk more about the wrestling part of it and what it means for wrestling. Because I'm human just like everybody else. I don't think anybody has any room to condemn anybody, for the mistakes or the things that they've done. However, what I will say is things could change around WWE, and it's going to take a lot of pushing and pulling and maneuvering around in that business, in that company, in order for things to change. Because, as far as the newsletter and everything like that, the emails that WWE sent out to all of its talent, they pretty much said business is going on as usual. Vince will be there. Everybody backstage to, act as if, it's business as usual. He's cooperating with the investigators, which the board hired themselves. And so, like I said, they want everybody pretty much to go as business as usual. Now, Stephanie McMahon is the acting chief executive officer right now, which is really weird because she literally, about 3 weeks ago, just took a leave of absence from her normal positions within the company because, well, actually, we really don't know why. A lot of people speculate that it was just due to, everything that was going on with her husband, who had recently had a heart attack. Oh, not had a heart attack. He had heart issues, and he had to have some serious heart surgery. And so for her to leave and then have to come back now so soon, this is really huge news. WWE has always been ran by one person. For better or for worse, it's always been Vince McMahon. And so for the first time, just even the thought, because nobody's ever even thought that far. Sure, people think about, okay, when Vinny K is dead, maybe things will change or things will be different. But, this is the first time anybody has ever thought that, wow, while Vince is alive, there is a chance that he may not be in control of WWE anymore. And I think that, to me, that's kind of like the craziest thought, because just from my childhood, I remember him doing the strut, walking out, to the ring, to No Chance in Hell, and he's still been doing these things. He's even, he's showing up on SmackDown and Raw the last 2 episodes, and he has strutted down to the ring, and he's given little announcements. He's let the people see him, and he's been there, and he's been vigilant and whatnot. But just the thought that, man, Vince McMahon may not be around. If this thing really goes left and they do some real hard deep digging, and, the board asks him to really step away from the company altogether. He still owns majority stake in shares of the company, so he's still always going to have a say in what happens. But could you imagine what creative would be like if Vince McMahon wasn't around? I don't know. I really don't know. A lot of people think it may be for the better. Some people think it may be for the detriment. I like to take the wait and see approach. Let's just wait and see how everything happens. But hey, that's just my opinion. And the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is the new media. There's this idea going around of the new media. I don't know if you guys have watched ESPN. I don't know if you guys, I'm sure most of you that are watching this will have some type of form of sports that you listen to or you watch, whether it be here on YouTube or other platforms. But what I've been noticing is the new media is this feeling and this emotion. And I really coined the phrase from Draymond Green. He's been all about the new media where, player athletes are taking control of their narrative, and they are not allowing the media, the regular media, I guess is what you want to call it, that pretty much tell their story for them. But no, they're creating podcasts, they're creating shows, they're going on each other's podcasts, each other's shows, and they're telling their side of the story. They're not letting us, the viewers, be consumed or consume just what beat writers or people, analysts on television or people like that have to say. They are getting out there and they are telling their own side of the story. And on top of that, they are holding these media personalities to a higher standard to tell what's the truth. And honestly, I love it. Maybe that's just my opinion. That's just my thought. Maybe you don't love it. Maybe you don't like it. Maybe you wish they would just shut up and dribble, or shut up and throw the football, or shut up and do whatever. But you look at podcasts like the I Am Athlete. You look at, Pivot. You look at, Knuckleheads. You look at so many other podcasts out there where, like I said, these athletes are going on these shows and they are talking about their real life. You look at, LeBron with the shop. You look at KD with the boardroom. You look at, Draymond's platform, JJ Redick's platform. So many of these platforms that are now evolving and coming up. This does represent the new media, and this does represent a change because, hey, just like I say in every show, everybody has a camera phone now just about, and get the access to get a little microphone or something like that and a ring light to be able to produce your show, and you can do everything off of your phone. I mean, it's pretty easy. But here's the thing. We want to make sure that there needs to be a healthy balance on both ends, because you want to make sure that it's not too much one-sided of, the new media or the athlete media saying what's gospel. And you also don't want to, have it be like how it's pretty much been, where the story is told primarily through the eyes of the analysts and beat writers. I like both sides. I would love to hear you guys' opinion on what you think about the new media, on what you guys think about Vince McMahon and this sex scandal, as well as what you guys think about what Kyrie Irving ought to do. Should he re-sign with Brooklyn, or should he take his talents elsewhere? Hey guys, we got less than a week to find out. I'm excited. I am looking forward to you guys watching this. Thank you so much for viewing, as well as taking time to comment or like this post, share the page, everything like that. Once again, it is In My Opinion with Mike Jones. I'm Mike Jones. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.